Welcome friends to the all-new Lexus LM, a ultra luxury van. I initially was not going to make a video about this because I'm in the United States and I highly doubt we're going to get this automobile here, but a few of you have asked me to react to it, so here we are. I'll be honest, vehicles like this, it's not my cup of tea. My personal preference in a luxury vehicle is a full-size flagship sedan like a Mercedes S-Class or a BMW 7 Series like that new one that came out, and even the Genesis G90 that was quite the limo. But if I were to get a van, I think I would probably go with a Sprinter van, and I believe you can even stand up in certain models of the Sprinter vans. And in the United States, there's also a variety of Chevrolet vans where some companies they do this thing where they give it a pseudo luxury interior, some quilted leather seats, things like that, sprucing it up, and those are like between 50 to 70 grand. So very cost effective, those vehicles. So if you're into the whole van thing, there's a few of those here in the United States to fulfill that market. But most people here, they're going to step up to flagship luxury SUVs. I feel like that's what most people want, because this Lexus LM, I believe it's going to cost the equivalent of over $200,000 in US money. The Toyota version of this, the Alphard or the Alfred, whatever it's called, that's already around $150,000. So this is like over a $50,000 markup. And it was initially designed for the Chinese market. They really love these long wheelbase, spacious type vehicles. So it was a massive hit there. But now with these vans, and especially this new Lexus LM, they're looking to conquer and expand into the Japanese, Australian, and the European markets. So God bless them. I hope it does well. I think it will do well, because most of us, we probably prefer, massive sedans and SUVs, things of that nature. But this is for the ultra rich, and now they want to flex and be caught in something different, I suppose. They already have an arsenal of G-Wagons and S-Classes and all these types of vehicles. Now they want something different to mob around in, right? To be chauffeured around in. And this certainly has some amazing features that would captivate someone. And please let us know in the comment section, would you be interested in this? And let us know what country you're from. And with that, let's go ahead and let's cover what makes this new LM special. This is a new redesigned version with better torsional rigidity. Okay, I think it's 50% better. And even the seats are designed in a way to not bob your head around, right, when you're riding in it, because this is a van and it sits up taller, right? It has like a taller body structure to it. Body control, that bobbing effect, controlling that is paramount in something like this. And that's what they have aimed to do with this new LM. And these are going to be built upon the GAK platform, which is like what something like a Lexus RX would sit upon as well. So this is not a super fancy platform or chassis. And the LM350H, that's the model of this, it's going to be powered by a 2.5 liter hybrid powertrain, essentially the same hybrid powertrain I just tested in the 2023 Lexus RX 350H. So it's going to have around 250 horsepower and 239 pounds-feet of torque. It will be available with an electric all-wheel drive system. And I get it, power is not necessary here, but when I tested the RX 350H at least, that was a very loud and unrefined drivetrain experience. I don't want to hear that nasty little 4-cylinder in something like this LM, right? That's not something I want to listen to. So hopefully, I'm thinking that they use a lot more insulation. Again, I'm hoping that they use a lot more insulation in the engine bay, but that's just my only concern. I don't really care about, nobody cares about power in this. Nobody even wants to drive this thing. This is a vehicle where everyone wants to sit in the back, and it's going to be available in two versions, one as a 4-seater or as a 7-seater as well. If I were to buy this, I feel like I'd go with the 4-seater, or maybe if you're rich enough, you just have both, right? A 4 and a 7-seater in case you have to haul around other business clients or people around. But one of the best attributes about this is that massive 48-inch widescreen monitor that this LM comes with. That is insane. The new 7 Series came out, and that thing also has a massive screen, and everybody was blown away by that, but that's actually a 31-inch screen. This is 48 inches. I can totally imagine people plugging in a PlayStation or an Xbox or something and just, you know, having a good old time back there. There's also a massive barrier that you can get that helps to isolate the cabin even more, and that gives you privacy for the rear occupants as well. You got the amazing Mark Levinson 3D surround system, so hopefully they have it tuned properly here to make use of that large cavernous space, because I feel like this type of vehicle, this has the potential to have the best sounding Mark Levinson. Currently in the United States market, the best ML you can get is in the LS 500, just so you know. And they've also implemented a new Lexus Climate Concierge system, you know, one-touch adjustability for your climate, and you can also use this functionality to adjust your seat positions, your cabin lighting. I believe there's like 64 different ambient lighting choices, and you can also control your window shade operation as well. And the one touch is to control and to synchronize all your personalized settings. So after you get everything the way you want it, you can save it, and there's like a one touch system apparently. And regarding the front seats anyway, you got the all new massive 14-inch displays for the infotainment, and along with that comes the latest and greatest Lexus safety tech, which is pretty amazing. It works really well. And that's basically it. Those are the main things I wanted to cover with this Lexus LM. It's certainly cool, but you know, there are competitors here like the Mercedes Sprinter vans and the various companies that customize other vans, right? So let us know in the comment section, would you rock one of these if you had the money? And you know, if you were able to buy it in the United States, would you choose it over, you know, other flagship luxury sedans or even SUVs? Because at 200 grand, this thing is in the price category of Mercedes Maybach GLS 600s and, you know, full-size Range Rovers. You can probably even get a really clean certified pre-owned Bentley Bentayga even. So this costs some legitimate money. And I would like to know how many of you would choose this over some of the other great flagship luxury products out there. But I do think it's cool. It's a wild looking thing. The looks of it are pretty crazy. You know, that front grille is fantastic. That thing is aggressive, and people will certainly look at it. And after all, rich people love this thing. It's different from your sedans, your SUVs that most rich people typically mob around in. This is different. It stands out. I get why somebody at that level of wealth would want one. After all, Lexus studied hyper wealthy individuals when constructing and developing these Toyota/Lexus vans. That was just another little tidbit of information I wanted to throw out there, but hopefully you enjoyed this video. I'll have my next video on the end screen here. Click on it and I will see you there.